Let's go. So today's game, Civic, Sketchy will be casting with me today.
Yo.
Sketchy, take it away. For the
Yeah, so today we've got two teams. We've got Seventh Heaven and ShadowNet. We're going to be playing on Clubhouse. So both these teams have a bit of experience on Clubhouse. If I have a look at ShadowNet, sorry, no, Seventh Heaven. Let me have a look at Seventh Heaven. So Seventh Heaven has played on Clubhouse 6 times in the past, and they've won 5 of those 6 games. So they do have a pretty high win rate with 83%. So coming into this game, Seventh Heaven does have a better history on Clubhouse, but ShadowNet, being who they are, they also do have a good history on Clubhouse, so they could come into this game with really anything. It depends on whether Seventh Heaven has done their homework, but you know, Seventh Heaven could have a couple VODs on Clubhouse as well, seeing how much they've played it. So ShadowNet could, if they've done their homework, they can probably come in here and smash Seventh Heaven. But it goes both ways, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm just fascinated by this Thatcher Maverick ban that's coming out. That's going to be big for any sort of attacking team. Going to make it very difficult to get that CCTV wall open.
Yeah, because what you'll find is most teams will Thatcher the wall and then thermite it, or if Thatcher's banned, they'll bring a Maverick and open the wall. But now that both those attackers are banned, it's going to have to spice it up for both teams to get the wall open.
Yeah, absolutely. And the ShadowNet's just trying to work out who they're bringing. Callie possibly coming out to help the thermite, but I imagine that's probably going to get 6 picked off.
You never know. We haven't seen too much of Carly, but that could possibly work with Thatcher. I'm not too sure how Carly works, but I believe she gets rid of the bandit charges. Is that right?
Yes, so she gets rid of all electronics on the other side, on both sides. All
so
utility gets put on. They're sticking the Callie, but that's going to be interesting to see how that works with the pick of this gym defense rather than going to CCTV first.
Yeah. Was it ShadowNet that banned the Thatcher?
Yeah, so ShadowNet banned the Thatcher.
So they may have come in prepped this game, wanting to bring that Carly instead of a Thatcher, trying to make Seventh Heaven feel a bit more uncomfortable with the Thatcher ban. So ShadowNet might have a bit of an advantage here coming to the game, having a bit of practice without the Thatcher. But we'll have to see how it goes.
Activating jammer.
Yeah. Is that a Wazoo? I just did a double take real quick on which gun Wazoo's bringing. What is going on here, buddy?
Shorty for some reason. That's actually, that's surprising. You know, that actually isn't too bad. I've seen that a couple times in the gym defense because he'll be playing tight on that on that bathroom rotate. So
most definitely an off attack and off operator selection in whole as a whole.
And yeah.
But that first Callie is being brought out to take out the castle barricade on gym window.
Bandit here looks like he might be doing a bit of bandit tricking. Thatcher is banned, so that could make it a bit easier, but looks like Zofia may be getting ready, prep to open up that gym door.
Yeah, the question will be, will there be a second ADS in gym?
Yeah.
They've just flashed out, so there's no ADS and they're ready to blow it. I'm gonna try to bring someone else over, possibly, to hold the angle while the barricade gets open, or just go straight onto the wall. Make sure the thermite's ready.
ShadowNet taking their time here. They don't want to make any mistakes coming into this first attacking round.
And the bandit misses it and falls back. The wall is open without even getting that gym door pushed bandit right back.
Yeah, so you can see the bandit playing really close on that rotating bathroom with the shotgun, so he's prepared for anyone, but he has been droned out, so the attackers do know that there is a bandit in bathroom. Whether they call it that he has a shotgun or not can be very important.
Callie holding this long angle deep into Logi.
He's gonna run. Can Callie get the shot? Oh, and Legion.
The Legion turns her off. Says that gun can put me down in 1 bullet, but I only need 1 of mine to put you down too.
Jaeger and Zofia going in a 1v1, but yeah, Zofia's gonna come out on the bad end of that. She's got a bit less health than the Jaeger now. But Zofia's gonna take out the Legion now. Bit of revenge towards the Kali. ShadowNet push, making their execute now, but gets taken out by that shotgun from
That
Bandit.
M870 doing work. Bandit full
That
health.
seems a bit lost.
Yeah, Maverick. Thermite just went in to grab the diffuser.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yep.
Not going to go for the execute just yet.
Drop the bomb diffuser.
Bandit picking up the
Taken
second
out.
one.
This Bandit is doing a lot of work currently for 7th Heaven.
And there it is.
Actually, first round goes to 7th Heaven on Gym Defense.
Yeah, I don't think that Cali was the right pick. I just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it could have worked, but with that Bandit in the bathroom with the M870, it made it really difficult just for that initial push to get the plant down.
Yeah, and they just didn't have the utility to deal with that push beyond the breach of the wall. They could get the breach open easily, but beyond that, their selected guns just weren't the pick, and they're switching off to the buck for this round.
Yeah, I think that's a much better choice bringing that buck. He's really good for the vertical play, especially going on the cache defense. You can get under into stock and clear out the cache room pretty easily with buck, so that's definitely a good choice in my opinion.
Absolutely. The buck is very versatile, and it'll be interesting to see how the loss of his nades will affect his playing comp, but I think he'll be a strong selection. Oh my. Face Cream. Face Cream is lost both of his impacts, only one making a rotate, the other one taking half of his and a quarter of River's health before the round even starts. Yeah, it's definitely not the way you want to be starting.
I'm very interested by the Wamai pick there. I wonder how they're going to be able to use those gadgets, because most teams, when they bring in Wamai, they put the Wamai gadgets in very different, like, hidden spots, so they also tend to put the Wamai gadget off-site like this, so the teams don't notice them until they go to throw a gadget. And it can sort of confuse the teams, and it can also have the chance of damaging your own team if they do happen to throw a grenade.
Yeah, absolutely. The benefit of Wamai is this guy right here, the Capital. This long angle that you can open up from these garage panels to shoot open and get the Bandit off the wall is a very powerful strategy.
Yeah, and that's just something you can't do with Jaeger, because you have to get those ADSs in really specific spots that can get really easily found and destroyed. With Wamai, it makes it a bit more difficult, and especially Wamai being more of a newer operator.
Absolutely.
Difficult to notice them.
Thermite coming up to take on this Bandit to see who can get their job done most effectively.
Bandit is going to be Bandit tricking here, so ShadowNet's going to have to work together. Looks like they're going to bring that Capital on the rush window.
And the Zofia down below.
Yeah, so ShadowNet's going for more of a...
Bandit falling straight off. No way he's getting that. And the wall's open.
Well played by ShadowNet there, but that's going to waste a lot of utility, so...
That was really well played.
Yeah. Good cooperation from the team as well to get that done in that amount of time.
Now they've got their wall open, they're just going to take a moment to drone out, get the intel that they need to get. Unfortunately, Skiv is going to get that buck before he can really have a massive effect on this round.
Looks like he went for a flank down there. You just got to have those flank drones, which I don't think ShadowNet mustn't have had.
No, I don't think they did. I think in the act of droning, you can often lose track of where each drone is.
Yeah.
And a quick flank can be done by timing very easily.
Looks like ShadowNet's making a move towards Rafters now, trying to take control there. Making their first step towards
They
getting
can
that
find this Maestro, he's just sitting on his cams, he's off him. But too late, too little, too late. But Zofia gets refragged
Looks like
instantly.
an immediate reflag there.
And a refrag onto a Face Cream to give the 3-3. But with Rafters control and outside main breach control, it's going to be interesting to see how, and plenty of time to get bombed down. It'll be interesting to see how 7th Heaven are able to defend this.
Although it is a 3v3, this is definitely in the favor of ShadowNet, I reckon. Having that Rafters control and main breach control is really strong. Where Bandit is going to get that frag onto Capital there. Does a lot of work. Legion on the bitch window here. And just like that, 7th Heaven is going to take that round really quickly and easily there.
They just brought out the aggression there. That kind of rotate outside by Legion and just sticking the angle. Sticking outside, knowing that they're not going to have someone in a position to take the gunfight except for head up. And he just wins his shots, lands them first.
Yeah, it looks like ShadowNet just isn't watching those, getting picked off one by one, and not watching necessarily the flanks or the angles that can be really used against them.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to pick up those flank watchers if they want to have a chance at this round. This is a defensive-sided map, but if you're not winning at least 2 rounds on your attack, then you're going to be falling behind very quickly. Against a team so well versed on this map, I don't think falling behind is what ShadowNet want to be doing at all.
Defenders, protect your
Yeah,
bomb
for sure.
from being defused by attackers.
Seventh Heaven going to be bringing that Wamai again. I think they're really liking that. I definitely do think that really helped with their defense last round.
The Wamai and
Getting
Jaeger
stun.
is an interesting pick.
Yeah, what you'll find is that Jaeger can be really good for sort of almost like you could say anchoring on site with his gadget, where I feel like Wamai is more of like a roaming gadget, I guess you could say, like putting those gadgets off site, making really secret spots like this, exactly like that. You won't put an ADS there, you can't get an ADS there because it just gets spotted, and obviously Jaeger only has 3.
Absolutely.
So bringing that Wamai really helps with late game as well, because you can set up those Wamai gadgets around the objective when people think that, oh, you know, all ADSs are gone, we're good to go. And really, there's like 3 other Wamai gadgets around the objective, and more coming, so definitely a good thing to bring to, in my opinion.
ShadowNet's picking up those flank control, making sure there's no one top floor, so they don't have to drone it out after later. They can just push straight
they
into
definitely
second
set up
floor.
those drones. They've set up those drones during prep phase so that they don't have to clear the top floor. No one's gone up to the top floor, and ShadowNet knows that, and they're going to start capitalizing on that.
And Buck can just rush through, he doesn't need to worry too much about droning.
Yeah.
Even though they are going to drone through anyway. Just double checking.
Better safe than sorry, I guess.
Yeah.
Seventh Heaven got a 2-person setup in the in blue, which is very interesting. It's going to be interesting how ShadowNet go ahead and take that out, because they're going to have to go through oil, or they could just leave blue if they really wanted to, but they have to take blue eventually. So seeing how they want to do that, we'll have to find out.
They don't have the Maverick to get the cage charge, to get the, or the Thatcher to get the cage charges off of to deal with the cated hatch over Moto. So they're kind of forced into this blue push.
One way to get rid of the cage charge on the Moto hatch is to throw a nade from the main stairs down into that Moto room.
Yeah, though it doesn't appear that Cade is cage tricking. That seems like a massive oversight.
But yeah, that's
Nah, he's focusing
definitely
on
a plus
the kitchen.
Alright, so it looks like ShadowNet's definitely going for a split push here, going in from main stairs, but one Nitro Cell kill there. Or who was that?
That was
Haid,
for
so
River.
that definitely was a good shot, especially on the Buck. That's going to really slow down ShadowNet's push.
Yeah.
Less medical play happening here. Seventh Heaven haven't taken a bit of damage, and ShadowNet really haven't done too much to get into this site yet, besides opening this Moto hatch.
And this IQ that's pushing down main stairs. Oh no, gone into garage. They've dropped to Moto now, looking to open up this side wall. Ash Rush is reinforced.
Emma's going to go ahead and try to open this wall, but he's just going to wait. ShadowNet's getting in position. He's going to finally go open this wall. He's going to pop it. ShadowNet's getting into position, getting prepared for this post-plant basement.
Land ShadowNet.
Out, Church.
Our second caster here today is Sketchy, the analyst for Exto Gaming. Thanks, Mitchie.
That's going to take it down here.
The 7th Heaven is just winning the gunfight.
Aggressive approach into direction. He's going to miss the smoke, but she's actually going to get the refrag on smoke. He's going to push.
Misses the person on the left though, in dirty.
1v3, she's going to get a second one. But there's nothing she can do, and it's shut down immediately by the Wamai.
Yeah, that Wamai is just being very aggressive, taking their time to hold the angle and winning those gunfights that need to be won to win the rounds.
Yeah. Definitely ShadowNet, definitely 7th Heaven getting the upper hand here for the first part of the attacking round, but
yeah,
it's not impossible for ShadowNet to bring this back. This is a defender-sided map, but you definitely want to come out with a 2-3 scoreline at least for.
Yeah, if it's anything but a 2-4, then one team has clearly won. The side. Yeah. So
I think ShadowNet were just stalling out a bit too much in that previous round. They just need to move things up a bit, and especially getting that early pick onto the buck just gave 7th a really good advantage for the first part of that
Attackers
round.
need to locate and
yeah, it was interesting seeing the Hibana persist on the moto hatch rather than rotating down main stairs to try and get that long angle into blue open up.
Yeah, and I don't think they were being aggressive enough on that blue because the Zofia, unless she was just doing a flank watch, she really was just sitting there watching that blue, really doing too much. But we'll have to see. ShadowNet might make a couple of adaptations for this round, and we'll have to see how they go.
Absolutely. And they've gone
ShadowNet can't bring
decided.
that Kali.
Yeah, they haven't brought the Kali this time, but Wazoo still has that M870, which is interesting to say the least. I'm keen to see how that acts within the round with Kali gone and a bit more of a fragging gun.
Yeah. The
Draw.
M870 definitely won 7th round previously, so I'm not
Yeah, well-
surprised that they brought that again.
Picked up 2 kills comfortably, but with the now 7th ShadowNet, sorry, should know precisely what's going on there. They should know there's an M870, and they shouldn't be taken by surprise. I don't think.
Yeah. A couple of things they could do to get rid of that MA70 in the bathroom is to try maybe catapult the bathroom, or they could even try to get a couple of nades into the bathroom just to get rid of that bandit. So we'll have to see if they whether do any of those other things or they try something else.
Absolutely.
ShadowNet
So might just
all
hang
pumping
back.
around out here. Definitely want someone watching that CC window.
Yeah, doing the work as a team to get that open.
Yeah, that Wamai's going to work there, stopping that Habana, starting getting in from Jim.
Wonder if
Yeah, I think they've definitely brought a lot of splashes. They're going to be getting that bandit out.
there
Because
goes.
the barricade bandit's going to back off here. There's the Gozu's shield as well. So ShadowNet is definitely getting this breach on the #1 priority, but Bandit is getting to position now to get that upper hand fight in the bathroom.
This Jaeger here, looking to get the peak. And there's
Two kills
Zofia.
coming in from the park, but Jaeger's got to get one onto the Zofia there.
See the 2 push through. They've pushed right through to sight, and they're going for the plant.
Park is doing work for ShadowNet. He's got a 3k this round, going in for a Spider going in for a 1 kill here.
And the plant
Plant
is
going
down.
for Thermite.
Wow. The plant's
Barely getting that.
tagged out, but they have the plant down and they've got the cover sufficient for it. This could be going. Skiv's got his work cut out for him, picks up the first one, but he's gonna have to work really hard to get this diffuser. He knows there's one there, gets a few shots onto him, but it's not enough. And the Claymore with the person holding the angle is going to shut down the round for ShadowNet, and ShadowNet take their first round going into the 5th.
Well played by ShadowNet there. That buck definitely got really aggressive at the right time, getting that 2k, which sort of gave ShadowNet that push to finally push in, get that plant down, and get that victory for them.
Yeah. The question is, can 7th Heaven maintain their momentum from the first 2 rounds, or is this moment that ShadowNet turns it around?
We'll have to see with 7th Heaven now going CCTV. So a couple
Yeah.
of things that happened last round when they went this is the the Rafters push got pretty shut down easily. A couple of refires going in and out, but initially that Jaeger had that really big roam which took out the buck early game, and you also got 1 pick onto Rafters. So whether ShadowNet can adapt and start to take out a couple of those roamers, or they can
Defenders,
set up
protect your
like
bombs
what
from
trying
being
to find
defused
out.
by attackers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if we can see that buck stay alive a bit longer, and once the breach is open, for that momentary pause that ShadowNet had, that really shut down their momentum going into the attack into Rafters and stuff. If those 2 things can change, I think this round could easily go ShadowNet's way.
Yeah, it was really close to ShadowNet's side the previous round. It was just a matter of getting that plant down, but
10
sadly
seconds
7-7 got a bit aggressive than ShadowNet expected, running out of that round. But if ShadowNet can get rid of those flanks and cover those angles when they go
Attackers'
for a
objective is
plant,
to locate a bomb
ShadowNet
and
can definitely
defuse
get this round.
Yeah. Wazoo bringing the MP7 this time, so no M870 for this site, which I would advise is probably the wisest position. I don't think the M870 would work very effectively on this site. Capital droning in. I imagine the buck, although the buck's coming in, the Jaeger. Buck's gonna see this Jaeger, hear that reload, and this could be the first point of contact. Buck's got a drone coming in front of him. Can he find out? He's got 2 drones on this Jaeger. Should have all the intel in the world. The question is, can he... Another one up behind him to refrag out the Buck. And with all the intel in the world, can Buck... Oh, no, Zofia's just going to walk in and take it. Zofia's going to...
Big dick energy there and ran in and took out that Jaeger the Buck is dealing with. So that's a really good number advantage. And definitely taking out that roam is going to really help ShadowNet.
Yeah, they've lost a minute. And they still have not been in a position to put any sort of pressure onto this main wall.
Yeah.
Someone's just been sitting here.
Just waiting out here. This is definitely much slower than what it was last round, but it looks like ShadowNet's finally getting into position here.
There you go. And there's the breach. And that wall is now open. So now the cap
now going to be walking towards the garage here, hoping to get Rafters control. I think that's what they did last round. So whether they can maintain that control and actually get that win will be the difference between this round and last one.
Yeah. It actually looks like they may be skipping over the Rafters take this time for more of a traditional construction hold. Because if they can pinch over... the issue is that they've given up all control onto the main breach. So they'll have to move back into holding those angles once this back push is complete. Droned out the Legion there. And it looks like the IQ that's going to get the kill, but going to pick up 2 Legion mines in her foot on the way through. This is looking really good for ShadowNet at the moment. A 7-3 with 40 seconds left. Tons of time. The Bandit Trick's going to come out to stop that breach. But can they push through anyway?
So ShadowNet definitely going for a different kind of push here, not going for Rafters. They're going to go for that construction take.
Yeah.
There's only 23 seconds on the clock, and 7th Heaven can keep putting it out. They might actually be able to get this possibly, but...
Capital fragging through.
Smart. Sophia's running in the top of red, but she gets taken out by that smoke on the shield.
Refragged.
10
Refrag.
seconds to go.
Gonna get it.
Maestro lost.
Maestro's just gonna be really careful with how he deals with this. He knows someone's on the bitch corner, but he's gonna get taken out immediately by 3 different crossfires on him, and that's finally another round for ShadowNet.
And ShadowNet's bringing it back. They're now in a position. Previously, it was 7th Heaven that was in the position to take it to their advantage going to the half. But now ShadowNet just needs to win one more round, and they've essentially at this point done their work on their attacking side. And it now all comes down to the defense.
Yeah, definitely a good successful, definitely a successful attacking side for ShadowNet if they can come out of this with a 3-3.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think ShadowNet have done their work in turning it around, pausing the momentum of 7th Heaven, and 7th Heaven really need to take stock for a minute here. They're going back to CCTV, which is an interesting choice because they won basement fairly.
Yeah, I don't know actually. That's a good point.
Need to locate and defuse bombs.
No idea. Maybe they're gonna spice up their strategy a bit. Maybe try something different so that ShadowNet can't come into this knowing what they're dealing with, but it doesn't look like it too much. Besides, they definitely got rid of that eye for the smoke. That's really the only difference they make. We'll have to see.
It'll be interesting to see how maybe they just saw something specific that happened that they wanted to change. Maybe comms weren't on point and there's a little confusion. But they're going to have to pull out something different because ShadowNet have learnt how to attack this strat. And going to it again can be risky.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
ShadowNet got people spawning in from all over the sides here, and there is actually a spawn peek coming out from the Legion. Not going to keep peeking that though, he's going to just sit back and apply pressure to ShadowNet. ShadowNet's going to have that feeling of not knowing what the spawn peek, so they're going to play something smart.
Buck has spotted someone out here, down below.
Who is that below actually? I think it's...
That was the Jaeger, I believe.
Yeah. He's definitely going for that roam again, but he's going to be playing this a bit more safe this time, not going to be taking out as early, which is definitely what happened to 7th Heaven last round.
Absolutely, and there's not the dirt take that there was last time, which will be interesting to see. Instead, they're going straight for the...
If you go for that impact, trying to get that bandit out of there, they might be going for that...
no, they've missed it. They've
Yeah,
missed
they're
the
not gonna
bandit
be able to get that.
Bomb
charges.
located
They've
by
actually gotten rid
attackers.
of the Capital. I just realized, so that must have that's
So now
definitely
they're
something.
trying to attempting a nade to go up.
Definitely not a situation you want to be in if you're ShadowNet. Really struggling to get bandit charge on the wall.
And the bandit charge is
Finally,
gone.
it's off.
Zofia just had to push in and shoot it. Now in a really tough position is the Buck. With one less... Oh, no, he didn't use an 8 actually.
I think I just shot it. ShadowNet looks like they're going for a raft to take this time. They're not going to be going to construction.
Oh. He sees the barrel of the gun and the toes. Maestro doing a little dance there. No, he can't. But Maestro can land that shot.
It's actually going to get a refrag onto the Maestro there.
Yeah.
So not too bad. They do have Rafters control now if they just capitalize on that properly. But looks like Bandit's going to pick up on that. It looks like he's going to be going for a flank. Wait, sorry, that was like...
Yeah.
Same colors as Bandit there. I was like, what the hell? Bandit's coming right in.
Yeah, the big thing though is that health advantage, right? With the Thermite now injured, there's a massive health advantage going in the way, and
It
this...
looks like two people are going to be coming up lounge and getting that massive flank from Jaeger there, taking out two of ShadowNet's people. That's massive for 7th Heaven. That's definitely giving them the man advantage that they need.
And going into the last 30 seconds, they need to pick up a couple of quick frags here. This Legion and Jaeger combo though is causing real headaches for the Hibana.
Hibana's under a lot of pressure here, being fired from CCTV as well as below Rafters.
There's the
She's
Hibana
100%
gone.
taken out from Legion.
And there
And
goes. That's really well played by 7th Heaven though. Playing that aggressive retake down below. And that really opened the round up for 7th Heaven. The question is now, can ShadowNet return finish out the game now that they've got the defense? They seem to be going to
We'll have
church
to see if
first.
ShadowNet can sort of return that same aggression to 7th Heaven and try and make that sort of same type of plays to 7th Heaven and just try and get a couple more defense rounds. But seeing that this is a defender-sided map, ShadowNet could come out with a totally different play style and obliterate 7th Heaven. You just never know.
Absolutely. It almost looked like they were trying to fake out with the castle there, an SSG type strat with the mute Mozzie castle. But they've switched it off for the Cade.
Bringing that Montaigne, yeah. So I definitely think that worked for ShadowNet. ShadowNet's faking that SSG strat, so 7th Heaven have brought that Montaigne, and that is a good way to get really fast.
Yeah.
That's one of the problems with, well, that's one of the reasons Clubhouse is such a defender-sided map, because of how long it takes to do the whole map. If you have people roaming, it makes it really difficult, and that's why the SSG strat is so strong. So bringing that Montaigne can make it really difficult, really quickly, without having to lose a loss of life, or even lose our playing this map.
Absolutely. Monty can be really just used as a walking drone that can't be shot. He can just push through areas of the site without having to be droned.
And if the Montaigne is going against someone who just doesn't know how to deal with the Montaigne, it can cause a lot of pressure to that person.
Attacker's objective is to
And
locate
make
a bomb
them
and
lose their life
defuse it.
eventually. But it doesn't look like a roam game coming out from ShadowNet. Instead, they're going to be anchoring, doing a bit of a total strat, so whether that Montaigne will actually come into use, we'll have to find out.
Well, they're entering the Buck right behind this
Yeah.
Monty.
So it looks like the Montaigne's going to be coming down into blue here, so that's a pretty good way to use him, just flushing out that person in blue and really clearing out fast, because blue is one of the issues that ShadowNet had with having to take bottom. They just couldn't clear blue, so bring that Montaigne could really help.
Absolutely, and using Zofia and Hibana here to duo top floor, just clear that out completely, and hold the flanks, so there's not going to be any surprises late round.
Just like that, 45 seconds in, 7th Heaven already have top floor control, and they're starting to make their plans for execution on site.
Yeah, I imagine this Hibana is going to be going towards, Murder Hatch. That's going to be very difficult. As you said, they'll have to be bouncing nades if they want to get that Cade off
there is an
there.
angle you can get from the top of main. You can shoot out the door on the top of main and slide a grenade through, so it is pretty easy, but it's whether the Cade is actually tricking that hatch or not, which is making it really difficult.
Looks like this Monty's making good progress down blue.
Yeah, exactly like I said. He's going to be applying a lot of pressure down here in blue, which is not necessarily going to take the best of control, but he's going to be applying pressure to 7th Heaven. Sorry, to ShadowNet. So ShadowNet might not know what that Montaigne's going to do. Montagne can go aggressive if he wants and just apply more pressure to ShadowNet.
Yeah, and also that thermite charge is coming out to open up.
Jaeger's going to get a pick onto River there.
Jaeger's just 1v1ing his way straight up, but gets refragged out by the Buck fairly short after. But not before taking a large portion of that Buck's
There's
health.
that angle opening up from Buck though. He might try and eat the hatch now, but maybe not. The Fear getting taken out. There's just too many angles and crossfires into blue there. It's just a death hole. There's not much you can do being that Zofia. Seems like this attack is slowly falling down for 7th Heaven, but we'll have to see.
Buck trying to nade out that Mozzie. But with both nades gone, it's going to be very difficult now. Monty just dropping Trow and getting that. But he's going to now have to try and cover his teammate as his teammate crawls back up. All of a sudden...
He's actually in dirty here. He's going to be getting a pick onto Tempest.
And the question really will be this Jaeger. Will this Jaeger get picked off, or will the Thermite be able to win this gunfight here? Thermite doesn't even peek the right way. And there goes the cleanup.
That was
from
deciding
not
to turn around
from
slowly
Mesho.
for 7th Heaven. Deciding to slow down slowly for 7th Heaven, bringing that person to dirty definitely gave them the start to turn the upper hand for that team, but that Maestro just did a lot of work, and the Thermite didn't even look in the right direction when he ran out of dirty, so...
Yeah, absolutely. That Thermite really needs to check that deep armory position before pushing in.
Yeah, or at least drone it so you are aware that there's someone there.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he just waited a couple more seconds, Sophia could have come through blue and taken out that Maestro, and 7th Heaven could have actually had a chance to plant there, but that's not what's going to happen.
So ShadowNet seems to be building up some momentum. The question will be, the next 2 rounds really define whether or not 7th Heaven will be able to regain and rekindle that momentum they had from the first 3 rounds, or if it'll go all the way.
This is looking like a pretty even game so far, with both teams going back and forth. Not really any team maintaining that momentum, it's just constantly going back and forth between the two.
Yeah, absolutely. There doesn't seem to be any team that's outgunning the other team, though there are moments where both teams are outgunning the other team fairly equally.
Doesn't look like too much of a special defense coming out from ShadowNet, but it looks like it's going to maintain they're going to maintain this default defense, so not putting anyone in construction, having someone on rafters, which would be the Maestro, and they might put that Jaeger for a little bit of a roam, like 7th Heaven was, but we'll have to see what he does there. And of course, as soon as I say that, someone does actually go into master bedroom, so I think that Bandit might be roaming on that side of the map.
Yeah. Although he's coming back to side now.
One day I'll get like that.
Here we go. As the round starts up, we're seeing this long angle be opened up on the back of that wall in garage, which allows for a capital, but looks like they're not playing it. Looks like they're just opening it up to fake it out. Yeah. And there he goes.
Here, droning out the SI. He actually got his drone pretty deep there. I'm surprised ShadowNet didn't get any drones.
Absolutely, and Monty pinging something that he doesn't like. Oh, it looks like a Maestro can.
Oh, yeah. That's a sneaky Maestro can, but lucky that the Montaigne noticed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Off his camera, he doesn't have anything to watch, so he's going to be here with his gun now, which can make it pretty deadly for 7th Heaven having to take rafters. There's also someone on the lounge door. So ShadowNet's got a pretty good crossfire here. Temp is getting a nice C4. I think that was from CCTV. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I think that was just out CCTV window onto the Buck there. Yeah.
Yeah, River's going to get another kill onto the Valkyrie there. That's a really good pick, because there's no crossfire.
Or almost onto the Bandit there too.
Yeah, just gotta be careful with what he's doing here. Space Cream, gotta get him to kill onto Sniper.
That's the top rafters control taken for...
Yeah, this is looking pretty good for 7th Heaven so far. They've got rafter control, but do they have the main wall open? I don't think so. No, they don't. So yeah, that's definitely going to be one of the main things with this attacking round is just having to get a plant down without that main wall open. It's going to make it pretty difficult. But
Wow.
in saying that, we're getting another pick from River here to Tempest. It's all up to wristlock now, and a 1v4 as Kai. 15 bullets left. ShadowNet have to get this to make this a 4-4.
Located by attackers.
He's being droned out. 7th Heaven taking this really slow and cautious. They don't want to choke this. They've got the Montaigne pushing up now. I'm going to try to spot that Kai. Kai's going to get one though on the main breach. He's not going to finish them though. He's going to get it down. He's going to peek on a red and get taken out by the Zofia.
Yeah, that Monty that round really did a lot of work. Just face checking, pushing up, applying pressure onto that Maestro on top rafters, and just there was nothing that Maestro could do. He had to push off at that point, and
yeah, and especially
Thermite
getting
was
rid of
there.
that Maestro cam early in garage really let 7th Heaven push up there with confidence. But Maestro was able to use his gun and be not necessarily being able to peek with info. He sort of just had to peek and hope that there would be at a point where he could kill them. But when he has a Maestro cam there, he's actually able to see whether he can get that kill. But without that Maestro cam, it makes it really difficult. And the only
Yeah.
thing that was stopping them from pushing at Rafters was that Valkyrie. But once River got that kill into Valkyrie, it was really easy to get that Rafters control.
yeah, absolutely. And at
Which is
that
exactly what
point,
Face Cream did, taking out that Montaigne.
at that point, that round is quite easily over. That was just a round of picks, really.
Yeah.
Need to locate
And
And I found it really
bomb.
interesting how 7th Heaven did that. They decided to go for Rafters control and then go for the main breach instead of how normally it's done, is where they get the main breach and then they go for Rafters. So
Yeah,
being able to take Rafters means that they can just shoot the bandit charges and then they can just breach onto the wall, which is exactly what they did. New round now, same site, so ShadowNet's going to be coming up with a couple adaptations, I'm assuming. Maybe they made a couple mistakes last round that we weren't able to pick up on, so hopefully they can change up and get this job.
yeah. Maybe that Maestro cam doesn't go in the same position, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
ShadowNet really need to win this round so it's not a match point and stay into this game, otherwise it's going to be really unlucky and it's going to be really difficult, especially mentally, to get that win, because being on match point constantly does put a strain on how you play.
Absolutely, and that Maestro cam was changed from the bottom garage position to being top of rafters just next to that.
And the garage wall is actually electrified now, so Habana's not going to be able to get that angle which she got on the Valkyrie previously. She's going to have to, she's actually making a walk-through hole on the left side of the garage now.
Yeah, this is
So it
a
looks like-
really good adapting.
Yeah, 7th Heaven is definitely, both teams are adapting really well here. 7th Heaven is going to be going for a different sort of attack. So they're going to be coming in from bottom floor, making their way up, but not going for that Rafters control early game now. They're going to be just focusing on going for lounge. But Jaeger is going for that Roman blue, so if 7th Heaven haven't droned him out already, he could be really crucial for ShadowNet's win here.
Question
Legion
is,
also playing really aggressive here.
yeah, how long can this Legion persist though? He's been droned out. They've got 3 drones in a position to take him, and he
And
pushes
he's actually
off.
going to get out of there safely, yeah. If Buck opens up this hatch, he's going to be able to get that kill. Oh no, the Legion's going to be playing that
There's
safely.
the rotate out
Legion
though,
is
and the
now stuck
Zofia
there.
here. Zofia's holding him there.
Legion is stuck in that room. All he can do at this point is just waste time and not die. Because if he just stays there and doesn't peek at all, that 7th Heaven really can't do much about it.
There goes the explosive from down below, and Jaeger
Doom is
here.
going to get a kill onto Skiv. That looks like from below. I don't know where that Buck actually was. Oh, he was actually in blue.
Is
Okay,
that
very
right?
interesting, yeah.
That
Buck must have
also-
dropped the hatch.
Yeah, he must have dropped the hatch, but that opens up. That was really not the pit call from Buck, because that opens up the opportunity. Now Zofia doesn't know where this Legion is. Legion's persisted in this corner, holding the Zofia.
For all Zofia knows, the Legion could have left by now and she has no idea, but I think she
And
may have
there he
heard the
goes.
Legion. And then, oh, crap, my mic. Yeah, you never know, like, Legion may have just left. She has no idea that Legion's actually gone, but Montaigne is going to get that kill into the Maestro. That's massive for this team. They can now take up Rafters, have
And this-
good Rafters control. But Legion says no to that and takes out
Attackers have
River.
located a bomb.
Refrags constantly coming back and forth here. This is looking more like an even
Oh.
round for both teams.
Seconds, milliseconds from that Legion dying right there. That's one that you look back on the VOD and are scratching your head about how you can be done by timing so hard. Monty really
Monty's gonna
doing
be
hard
blocking this
work.
door. Yeah, they're doing a lot of work here for 7th Heaven. They're going to be able to go for that plant now and not going to be able to rotate out of that CCTV door. But
No one seems to have picked
Basically,
up
it's
on
gonna be
this
taken out.
Zofia.
Montaigne's gonna get picked on Kaid, and Zofie's gonna come up red, and Bandit's going for the flank on Montaigne. Montaign's gonna spot him.
And now it's a 1v1 against the Monty.
Seconds left.
Bennett has
With
a
the
C-
pings
nitro
and the
cell, so he's gonna
C4.
tell you, oh, this is really well played from Bennett. He knows that he knows that he constantly will know where the Montang is, so all he has to do is just wait for that nitro. But he's not going to stay down. He's actually looks like, oh no, he got off it.
ShadowNet takes it. Monty knows it, but he didn't have the time to plant and all the cover, so
Yeah,
he's just gonna
actually
end
don't-
around there.
Like, where was Montang planning?
It looked like he was going in for default plant, but he
Because yeah, I don't even know why the bandit started to run up.
I think he probably got the call that there wasn't pings on that side of CCTV.
Right, yeah.
So they weren't exactly sure where the Monty would be.
Yeah.
But the Cali coming out, possibly, which is interesting given that ShadowNet...
7th Heaven have 6 picks to the Kali, but they're not going to do it this time. They're actually going to be 6 picking to a Thermite. So bringing that Kali on a church defense is a questionable move. I haven't seen Kali get used too much on a church defense. Mainly you see on a CCTV or a gym defense, as you're able to get rid of those exterior walls. But actually, I wonder if you can use a gadget to get rid of
yes,
charges.
That could be the play. They've seen that Cade is being played to hold on to this downstairs Moto hatch, and they could be thinking, let's use our Kali to get rid of that.
Yeah, I haven't actually thought about that before, but that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah,
I haven't looked into Kali too much. I think we definitely should look into that.
Yeah,
that's actually really strong. Yeah,
absolutely. The problem is that Kali's guns are just not there, as opposed to a Thatcher or a Maverick that classically do the same job.
And that's why bringing a Kali on the CCTV defense is so good, because you can see outside of that exterior wall and just snipe people for days. But on this defense, it's more difficult because it's more close quarters combat.
Yeah.
So the only area I could see her being used to her full potential is at the bottom of main stairs looking down one hallway. But besides that, really, she's just going to be using a secondary to try to get some kills. But mainly, she's going to be used this round for her gadget 100% on those hatches, take out those guide charges.
Absolutely. Looks like she's doing the primary drone work for the entries at the moment, clearing out that top floor. Although with that Mozzie drone now taken in top floor, they're not going to have any question about... they're going to have to really double check all of top floor.
Because having that pest up there really gets them second thinking about whether someone is up there or not. But it looks like they've actually face checked everything already, so I think they're going to start making their way down to the second floor.
Yeah, that's a nice camo skin on that Cully sniper rifle. I do like how the sniper rifle scope is covered by most of the skins too. Impact trick coming out from
I was thinking that. Really good impact trick there. Another one
for it
coming out. Habana's not going to adapt to that. I don't think Habana knows how to deal with the impact tricks. Normally you put it on the very far corner. Now a nitro cell. It's going to get again. That is all 3 Habana pellets gone. That is massive.
So that's going to be that hatch, the kitchen hatch, is most likely not going to be opened.
Now we only have Thermite's already used his. The only way that they're actually going to use it on the kitchen hatch. So I was thinking they're going to use it on the main church wall, but instead they're going to just open up this kitchen hatch. So we'll have to see how 7th Heaven deal with this, because now that they've lost all 3 Habana pellets and all thermite charges, they can't use it on the church main wall. They're going to have to really be gunners right now and get those frags.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Mozzie just looking the wrong way, but the Habana just missing shots. Not landing a single shot onto Aegis there.
Yeah, that is a yikes indeed. Rivers here is gonna now his position has been exposed.
That Maestro gets shut down by the sniper versus sniper. That DMR by Cade there does work if you're not looking the right way.
Buck staying on top of kitchen here. Thermite and Buck are just gonna be looking for those angles, hopefully trying to get another pick. Carly is using a sniper to peek on the side here, so she could even get a pick, but she's gonna get taken out from behind, I think. I can actually, oh no, right in front of her. That's the issue with the scope there. You can't see everything.
Yeah, you can really see very little when you're up close and personal.
Yeah. It's all up to a 2v3 now in favor of ShadowNet. So 7th Heaven having that Thermite and Buck is not the worst operators you could have to fight in a 1v3, but... Buck
losing a little health there.
7th Heaven are going to have to really work together here.
Mozzie in a sneaky little position.
9 seconds on the clock. Both of them are in the armor, but they're not going to realize that Mozzie's going to get a 1 pick on the Buck here, but Thermite's going to 3-frag immediately.
And just not going to be able to get down. That ties it up. That ties it up at 5-5.
Both teams constantly going back and forth here. It's now 5-5.
That's big. That means that in the last 4 rounds, Seventh Heaven has only won 1. ShadowNet's definitely brought it back on their defensive half.
Yeah. You can really see Seventh Heaven just really failed with that Hibana there, not adapting to those impact tricks and constantly losing them. It was really big and bad for Seventh Heaven, and especially using that last thermite charge to open kitchen hatch.
Yeah, it forced them into that kitchen hatch blue push into armory, and it just the frags didn't go their way. The gunfights were lost, and yeah, I just don't think they had the capacity there that they were hoping they did. I mean, it's not wholly uncommon to see, because Hibana has 3 shots of her X-Kairos, whereas you only have 2 impacts on Maestro, let's say. So it's not uncommon that you'll waste 2 of your Hibana shot pellets, even though it's less than optimal, to get the 3rd to go off to open up that kitchen hatch. But that C4 coming out from the Cade was not expected.
Yeah, for sure. But Hibana definitely should have adapted, because you can put those Hibana shells in the corner of the hatch to stop it from being impact trick.
Yeah,
although
sure.
Yeah, it is definitely one of the strongest impact tricks in the map, because it's just very difficult to deal with that, because you can sort of impact trick both sides to get rid of anywhere really. But yeah,
absolutely.
We're at 5 now. Both teams are playing really well in this series, so we'll have to see how it goes.
This wall's been left soft. So
yeah, pick immediately coming out from Hibana there. Getting a really nice pick there towards Doom, which is a Jaeger, so that's going to really stop those flanks coming out from the Jaeger, because we've seen that a couple times this game already.
It took a while to take out that default cam. Buck now taking his time to make sure that all the default cams are gone. But
Maestro playing really aggressive here.
This is an interesting decision to play up and close personal.
But he's going to get droned out, and he realizes he's been droned, and he's going to back out. No, he's actually not going to back out. I think Maestro's going to stay there after being droned. Okay. Well, Seventh Heaven here is working together to try and get this.
Here comes the nade.
There goes the
and
nade,
there's the
Maestro's
injure.
going to get damaged. And injured, actually. Yeah, he's going to be taken down, so his nades are going to come out again. And there goes Maestro. So really questionable moves there from Maestro, staying really aggressive on that hatch after being thrown. And he's going to get taken out for it. Seventh Heaven, now with the massive number advantage, they're going to get this wall open. Try and go for that execute.
Wall open. Zofia refragged on.
Gets that Nitro Cell and takes out the Zofia. It's not that big of a deal for Seventh Heaven. They could have been worse picks.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not what you want to see.
Zofia was already injured to go along with that. They have droned out this person in gym. Who's going to be pushing back
there's
over.
actually, there is a shotgun in the bathroom, so that can definitely be a problem. The Seventh Heaven, they're going to have to get rid of that person in the bathroom, because it's going to stop them from getting that play, especially with that shotgun.
Yeah, absolutely. They've switched it off, so Tempest is no longer bringing the M870 on that roll there on that bathroom hold. This Castle's looking for the pick on the dropping Hibana here. It looks like.
Yeah.
7-7 is gonna have to make a move quick, because their intel is expiring, and they
looks like another pick there from Capital. Oh, another pick coming out from Buck. They're really getting out this control here. They're gonna go for that plan into Jim.
And there goes the drop.
Taken out, and there's another win for 7-7, and they're now on match point.
Yeah. So now the question is, on this defender side of the map, we're currently at 3-2 in favor of ShadowNet on this half. Can they take it out to the default 4-2, or will this half be won by 7-7 and therefore the game? It's all up to this one round.
We're going to be going back to CCTV on ShadowNet's defense. I can't really remember these defenses, but I think ShadowNet did play them pretty well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was the one that they won, ShadowNet.
Yeah.
They've won this one, I believe. So switching off the castle.
I think they lost the first one and then they won the next one.
Yeah.
And then they went to basement.
They could be bringing that Legion to try and counter the Monty play, which won't be coming in this time round.
Yeah, I think they brought that Capital. They brought that Castle to make it look like they were going back to Jim. They're going to be 60 to that Legion. So now 7th Heaven have maybe kept their lineup in the thoughts that it could be a Jim hold. So I guess that's just going to mix it up quite a bit. I don't think it's going to be too much of a big deal. I'm sure 7th Heaven can work around with their current lineup to attack CCTV, especially with that capital.
Absolutely. Same Maestro cam for the first one from the last time they defended this. The question is, will they go for the same top rafters position for the second one? This time it's going over top in the corner. So each time they've come to this site, Maestro's used different Maestro cams, which is good adapting because you never want to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, for sure.
It becomes too easy to attack.
Flasher cams being taken out.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the Hibana here opening up this same bottom hole that the Maestro cam will be designed to see. 7th Heaven
Sophia gonna be
picking
getting a
up
pick
the
already
first
against
pick.
the Legion. Yeah.
What is he
It's
doing?
really, I think that might have been actually a wall bang, unless that was already there. But
No, I think, yeah, possibly. I think that most likely, I reckon he was acting off intel from the buck.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no, that Legion didn't persist for nearly as long as he did last time.
That's a really good pick for 7th Heaven because now the Legion obviously gets better and better as the game goes on, getting those Q needles. But now that he's taken out, ShadowNet are going to be at that disadvantage of not having those Q needles late game.
The question is,
Buck getting taken out from above, I believe. Yeah, Kai's going to take him out. You got to be careful of those angles. I think that was
absolutely.
from. Actually, no, I don't know. Yeah, that must have just been a hole.
Yeah, you get
I'm
electing
looking for
to
this
not.
Kai charge. That's the issue with Kai. It's really difficult to find his charges from below, but they're gonna get it, and
Yeah.
they're
It's explosions like that.
He's actually
No,
gonna get.
that's gonna get Cade tricked.
That's just gonna get. That's massive for ShadowNet here. That's gonna make it really difficult for 7th Heaven to get in here
You
again.
got one opportunity to
Through here.
fix it up, and the Hibana's injured.
Let's go.
Getting picked up by the Captal there, trying that again. Captal burning himself a little there. Interesting decision,
Yeah.
but
ShadowNet in a really good position now. They still have rafters control. I don't think he has the main wall been breached yet. I can't see.
yeah, it has.
Oh, it has now? Okay, yeah. So yeah, they've definitely got the main wall open, but with a minute left, you definitely want to be seeing 7th Heaven a bit more ahead of
Oh,
what they
wow.
are. And especially another pick from Doom to Noisy, taking out the Capital.
Yeah, you're losing
Just
half of
trying
your cells.
really difficultly to get this rafters of control. But this Maestro is just laying there, not picking anything, and he's telling you to F off. This is my land, and you are not getting it. He's just going to stick here and hold that angle. 7th Heaven are really struggling to get this rafters of control, and they're just going to wait patiently. But a pick from Sophia, taking out the Bandit on top of Red. I don't know why the Bandit was taking that, but it has even the number advantage in favor of nobody, so.
The Jaeger, yeah, the Jaeger being pushed out here.
Banner's inside. I think the Jaeger realizes. Fade and Jaeger do not realize, but now she's been pinged. They do realize she's on site. Maestro's still holding this angle.
Cage shutting it down with the wallbang there, and the last one pushing in, and we go to overtime.
Overtime, a nice win from ShadowNet onto the CCTV defense. Really well played from both teams, but they just ShadowNet played it a bit better.
Absolutely.
It's really difficult for 7th Heaven to get that control in the rafters, and especially 7th Heaven did have number advantage at the start, but that Jaeger brought it back, and ShadowNet got that win.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting to see how just even these teams have been. Both teams going 2-4 on their attacking side rounds. So it's interesting to see how predictable this map has become. Just the way the meta has evolved. And everyone knows how to attack, everyone knows how to defend. It's all about who makes the first mistake, who blinks first. And Callie coming out for the basement attack. I presume for that kitchen hatch that we spoke of the last time 7th Heaven attacked this basement position.
And defuse as many bombs as they can.
Mozzie going to be losing his super shorty here in the next update, it sounds like. So that will really change the way setups are done in comp play. Just because his super shorty is relied on a fair bit to make rotates.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of the reasons Mozzie is so good, is just because he's so versatile. He has a nitro cell, He gets intel,
10
has a
seconds
shotgun
left
to make
before insertion.
rotations, and he's a moderate speed as well. He's a really good operator, and that's one of the main reasons I think that taking away that super short is going to make it really difficult for him to be as
Attackers'
that good.
objective is
But
to locate a
I
bomb
think he'll
and
still be fine. You know, taking that super short, he's definitely going to. Honestly, when I saw those updates, I thought, you know, April Fool's Day, haha. And then it was on the test servers. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was an April Fool's joke too, with the buff coming out with the 25 bullets going to be in the mag for the skeleton key.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy to see just how meta shifting that is.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks like there's not going to be the impacts on the Maestro this time to impact trick. Hibana's going to triple check that there's not the holes,
That
but
is
there
true,
is.
actually. Yeah, I don't know why ShadowNet haven't brought those impact tricks. That was really good for them last time. I was about to comment on that they might impact trick again, but not bringing those impacts could. I don't think that was a very smart choice coming out from ShadowNet. That really stumped Seventh Heaven attack last round, but
Yeah.
you never know. What to see. They might try to do it with a couple of KE charges. Or
He-
even nitros if they really want to, but yeah, look at that Kali. That's going to take out those gadgets, and it's going to make it really easy for Seventh Heaven to get that hatch open and go for start preparing.
Cade's putting the second charge deep and dirty, so that hatch can be opened whenever a hard breach comes over to it.
Yeah,
And with the kitchen hatch open, I presume with from the Hibana pellets, she's going to have plenty of utility to come over and open up that second
yeah.
hatch in Moto. Thermite now seems calling the Kali to come over and deal with another piece of utility in
Mark
dirty.
is actually going to get a pick from that hole there, taking out the Maestro. That's a really important kill coming out from Seventh Heaven. That's going to allow Seventh Heaven to move around a bit more without having to worry about getting shot from those Maestro cams, especially if they go for a plant.
Absolutely.
They also can't move. They can't move the Maestro cams around, so it's going to make it difficult for ShadowNet to look at intel and see what's around the cameras.
For sure, and that Alder makes massive work in a 1v8
Oh, yeah, 100%.
situation. Just having those 80 bullets to spray and pray a little bit.
ACOG's a problem, by the way.
Yeah. So
This is
the
a really important cam coming out here.
Cade's
Basically, he's
seen-
got a drone inside the site. This is giving Seventh Heaven a lot of intel. This is looking really good for Seventh Heaven. Just missing that shot there onto the freaking KE.
Yeah.
Lost my words there.
Oh, shut down by the Kali there. Kali not missing twice.
Yeah.
And now it's a 3-4 man advantage to the attackers.
Everything's on the line right now for both teams. They have 23 seconds on the clock. This is getting really intense for both these teams. They know what's on the line here. Going into overtime, it's all up to ShadowNet, Seventh Heaven to try to get this win.
Face cream dropping with the diffuser.
10 seconds.
Unfortunately, he's a
Seventh
little
Heaven
bit over top.
Yeah, he's definitely over the top. He's getting that plant down, and Noise is going to get a peek onto the Mozzie. Yeah, really good positioning, but the Jaeger's going to get one and get shut down immediately. Now it's 3v1 in the favor of Seventh Heaven. He does have the high ground though with the vertical plays. He can get one. 30
Big
seconds on the
one.
clock. He has to move really fast here to try to get these other two kills, but not going to
Just
happen. He gets taken out by a
misses the
Claymore on top
Claymore.
of main.
That was a very clearly there Claymore. I don't think that could have been much clearer.
Yeah.
I presume he probably just was trying to sneak past it.
I think he was under pressure and, you know, a lot of callouts coming out and he was just rushing to get down there. 30 seconds on the clock and just wasn't looking out or focusing on the claymores around him.
Absolutely. Now, ShadowNet's turn to attack. And the question is, the way that it's been going, a 66% win chance, statistically so far, for the defense. So whether or not ShadowNet can shut it out here, they'll be doing the uphill battle if they do.
Yeah. Both teams have played moderately well on both halves of this game, so we'll have to see if Seventh Heaven can hold this gym defense, which I'm actually finding very interesting that they actually are going with this gym defense on the first round of overtime for their defense round.
Attackers need to locate.
Normally you'll
Absolutely.
find teams going CCTV or gym because they're more better objectives. Better thought better objectives by just the community itself. So going gym, definitely a questionable thing, but they might have a couple things up their sleeve. They're not bringing that bandit, which I find really interesting because the bandit was really good in bathroom when they were playing on this site with that M870. So they might put the KE there. They probably put the they'll probably put the mute there. But yeah, definitely not bringing that bandit. It's going to be really interesting to see how they adapt to it.
Absolutely.
You know?
that mute played in there last time, but not having the bandit means it's not going to come out the bandit trick to delay. This is interesting. Cade
I
below.
see. Okay,
Holding out.
that's definitely, yeah.
That can be
So
easily taken out if it's droned, but the question is, will it be droned?
Yeah, and especially with the color of those IE charges, it can make it difficult to see it through, like, on the roof if you're not looking properly.
Absolutely.
They do have an IQ, so that could be, I think that's going to be the deciding factor to whether ShadowNet are actually going to pick up on that or not. But the IQ doesn't seem to be going to the breach at the current time. She might move over there later, but it's all up to this IQ to spot this IE charge, and that could be the changer between this round and 7th Heaven winning.
A bomb has been located.
Question is,
ShadowNet going for this gym push again on the
Here she
window. They're
goes.
going to be really careful. Watching that CC window, they're
So-
looking for this.
they're a
charge,
little
and you can see
confused.
that Thermite can't notice it. He's
He's-
going to be looking around. He has no idea
he's
where
got
it is.
no idea what's going on here. Some sort of magic.
Yeah, he should know that there is now. He should know that it is downstairs. And that, but yeah, this is definitely really
And
good trade charge, and they're actually impacting it. Oh,
That Zophia is
no.
going to do nothing, but Tempest.
Okay, this is good. This is good. IQ is now droning below. She's gonna try to spot a K charge, and there you go.
There
She's
you go.
spotted the
She's
K
found
charge.
it.
2 minutes on the clock though. 1 minute wasted.
It's
But,
all up to this
they also
Buck
do
to
have a
push
big-
in quickly. This Buck needs to
Yeah.
push in. And
7th Heaven doesn't have anyone below here, so Buck could literally just go in here and pop that. But whether that was a good trade-off or not, it did take a minute 20.
the Thermite's
ShadowNet did
deep
get a
off
pick.
the wall.
I would
Not
say
even
say
close.
that played off pretty well for ShadowNet taking.
Absolutely.
But it's K charged again. Oh no.
No, it was just the right side to try and force them onto that left side breach. So they have to push through without the protection of the little part of that bathroom wall. If you breach the right side, you can rush much quicker onto the kitchen, onto the gym side of the site. But without that, it's much more difficult to enter from that position there. Though with ShadowNet having the man advantage going into this entry,
Oh,
Okay,
he's gonna get that pick on the Buck there. That's really
it's
really
a
good.
drop shot, but traded out instantly onto River. And Aegis too. Thermite going down to the Cade. Cade taken out.
Hackers have recovered
Now it's a
It's
2v2.
2-on-2.
Health advantage.
7-6 and 7th Heaven advantage. It's gonna get that plant down, but she's gonna pull out immediately. Sophia just holding angles here, trying to spot this Jaeger, but Jaeger's actually passed it already. Whether the Sophia notices that or not is gonna be really important. Castle's below the hatch. They're just playing really careful here. It's a 2v2. Everything's on the line for 7th Heaven right now. They just have to get this round.
15
Castle gonna
seconds
tag the Habana up a bit, but not enough. Habana's finally gonna go for this plant.
left. 10
Sophia
seconds to go.
doesn't know where the Jaeger is.
Attackers
Zofia,
taken
good
out.
cover.
Oh yeah, Sophia, really good cover there.
But there's no plant. No
So
plant.
1v1, 0
Oh!
seconds. Sophia's gonna start planting. And
Although-
looks like this is gonna
Yeah.
win 7th Heaven.
That's GG. GG, well played. That's amazing. Well, lots of refrags coming out in that final. It just became down to attrition, and Castle downstairs throwing those impacts off, forcing the Hibana off that plant the first time. Really, I think brought 7th Heaven that round, and therefore the game.
Yeah, 100%. It was really unlucky. Both teams played really well this game. I was surprised at how back and forth the game was. And by the end of it, it was a one-on-one. Not enough time on the clock for both teams to fight it back properly. So just stuck on that plan, and there's not much more you can do. And 7th Heaven are going to get that win.
Absolutely.
GG, guys.
GG boys. It was a good game, yeah.
GG's.